And I think we're live where we are. Hi, everyone. Welcome,
You're like,
welcome. Yeah. Look who I got with me. Woohoo! I got Stopher Cavins. Is it Cavins or Cavins?
it's my family says Cavins, but everybody else on Earth says Cavins. So
Oh, all right.
I
Well,
think, yeah,
Cavins is
Cavins.
your name. Cavins. Yeah, Stopher Cavins. And I have heard from him by all of you in the chat that you wanted to see more of Stopher. And he was kind enough to agree to come on. So I'm thrilled to have you here, Stopher. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. And I'm sure there was a
All
flood
right.
of requests for me to come on your channel, just a flood,
Yeah.
right?
Well, it was a pretty good. It was better than a dribble, definitely.
There you go. I will take it for sure, for sure.
Yeah, I know that you taught a medium class with
Mm,
Kevin, and he's fabulous, of course. And we just have some really talented people here, and so I'm just
yeah.
really thrilled to be here with you and have you with us. I want to
Thank
say
you.
hi to all my subscribers here. Thank you for being
Mhm.
here tonight. It's Stopher and I are on the same coast, so we just decided this would be the best time. And so I'm glad you all did too. Look, Chris says you're awesome.
Mhm.
There you
Oh,
go.
sweet
There you
sweetheart.
go. Um, Very nice to meet you. Um, Good
Is it?
evening.
Hi, everyone. Hi. Oh,
Look
yeah,
at that.
there's some names I don't recognize. I love, yeah. How amazing.
Uh-huh.
And then we
Yep.
have the usual suspects. Hi, Lisa Foster, Viviani.
Yes, Lisa Foster's here, and Debbie Kane is here. She's and Lise. Do you know Lise Niemeyer? And
Yeah.
Amanda Carroll is here. Oh my goodness. Hi,
Hi.
Gertrude Shue. She is a wonderful channeler as
Yeah.
well. She
I
has
know
her own
Gertrude.
channel.
Hi.
Know her. Okay. Hi,
Yeah.
Plucky. Hi, Karen. Hi, Craig. I'm glad you made it out there to California. That you're out in Stopher's neck of
Mhm.
the woods. Yeah,
Yep.
there you go. Yeah. I'm glad
Yep.
your drive took off okay. And Hershey is here, Pierrette's here, Wiki. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I am just thrilled to be here with you all. And you know you're loved. If I didn't call your name out, I don't know this person. Is it Nivra? Is that someone you know?
Yeah,
Is
that's
it?
Nivra. Yeah.
Oh, Nivra. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, Nivra.
She hangs out
Yeah,
with us. Yeah, she's lovely.
yeah, she is. Hello, Sharon.
Hi,
Sharon is
Sharon.
up there in the neck of the woods with Kevin. She
Mm.
I think he used or does her hair. I think
No
so.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Hi, Karen Johnson and Wiki and Viviani and everybody. Thank you all for being here.
Hmm.
I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the past that Stopher went through with regard to his gifts. And then we will open up for some mini readings for you. So if you would like to put some up, I can't guarantee we're going to get them all. You know,
We'll
because I
try.
really do want to ask them some questions, but I will see what we can do to get some of them for you. If you want to put them up, go right ahead and I will just click them and we'll see how we do. Okay. So go ahead and put that up. And Kevin still does your hair. Yes, I thought so. That's how you became friends, Sharon. I knew that. And
Cool.
Sharon actually brought him to her channel. And so he started sort of there. Yeah, very good.
Sure. And I know
Uh,
he's been on your channel a few times.
Yes, he has. He's wonderful.
Oh,
I
he is.
love him.
Yeah.
Hello, Catherine Yee. Yeah, welcome.
Hi,
I'm glad
Catherine.
you knew. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, I
All
was just
right,
going to
Hershey.
say the experience of, and I don't know if you're going to ask me about this, but the experience of teaching with him, though I think was the first time in that format for both of us, and it was life changing. It was fantastic.
Was it
Um,
really?
yeah,
Really?
it really
Talk to
was.
me a little bit about it. Was it? Were you having psychic bounce? Were you feeling obviously very connected when you were
Yeah,
working together?
I felt a lot of things, but I felt in
Uh-huh.
service for one thing,
Mm-hmm.
um, and yeah, it's like I learned a lot about myself. I learned, even when Kevin was talking, I was like, okay, those messages, I know he's giving them for somebody else, but I'm hearing them. So even
Uh-huh.
the people, the students, the participants, they
Mm-hmm.
had so much insight and different, and we had people from all different levels
Yep.
and experience levels. So it was just cool.
Oh,
And it
that's
teaches you patience, and it teaches, just really opened my mind. It was fantastic, and it's just such great people in
yeah.
the room with us.
Uh-huh.
That's
I
fantastic.
found that I don't know, you're familiar with Susan Lynn. I think she's a
Hmm.
psychic medium here.
Yeah.
And she and I worked together for a long time. I took classes from her as well. And she was on my channel for quite some time on Sundays. And every time that we worked together, I always felt this bounce and this, I could feel all the things she was feeling. And it was so wonderful.
Yeah.
So I can understand what you're talking about. And I just find it to be fascinating. So, okay, you were in that experience too, Sharon. All right, well, cool. Yeah. All right. So let's go back a little ways. Let's go back to when this all became real for you.
Yeah. Not that long ago.
Oh, really? Not when
Yeah.
you were a child. Not any of that. No.
Maybe I've heard stories that I may have been connected to my grandfather. That I would tell family that I knew him when
Uh-huh.
he in fact passed a few years before I was born. And when I would be redirected and told, no, sweetie, that can't, that can't be true. I
Yeah.
would give very specific details about him,
Uh-huh.
about his pipe and the things he would say, and very physical features.
Mm-hmm.
And so my family would, I'd hear stories that I would kind of freak them out a little bit with that. I don't really remember it, but they claim that did happen. So
Okay.
perhaps, but yeah, most of my life, I maybe a bit empathic, but
Uh-huh.
it's not something that was really open for me, especially the mediumship part of it.
Okay.
So it opened up about 2 years ago.
Really? And how did it facilitate? It just one day it was there?
No,
Or
no.
no?
Um,
Okay.
I've told the story a few times, and I always tell a different version as far as like how much of it I tell.
I
Um,
understand.
it's the same story, but it's just how much of it.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
do you want the long version? So I'll tell you the short version.
Okay.
So I have a friend of like 18 years at that point, back in
Mm-hmm.
2020, and we met when I was stationed in the Navy. I was actually being kicked out of the Navy at the time in New
Mm-hmm.
Jersey, and I met him before I went back home to Indiana. And so we met. It was a very interesting relationship, but we stayed friends for this whole time. And in 2020, he called me up, and I think one time in maybe 18 years, we had a conversation about him being able to see dead people.
Okay.
And it was just in passing. It was like whatever. So he calls me up in 2020. He's still in New Jersey. I'm here in California, in the middle of COVID in August of 2020, and he says, "I'm starting a business, and I want to see if you can help me with it because I'm a full-time marketer."
Uh-huh.
Um, and so he had started like a Facebook business page. He directed me to go look at it. He didn't tell me what it was for. And he says, "I think you know this about me, but go check it out." So he's starting his business as a spirit medium.
Okay.
Um, and so I'm like, yeah, this is cool. Like, I think I know this about you. We talked about it once, and I'd love to help you. So I started his website, built a website for him. I got him on Google. I started blogging for him. And so,
Uh-huh.
and keep in mind, I'm not doing any I wasn't into meditation. I wasn't into crystals.
Right.
Or
Right.
I didn't know what
Yeah.
an oracle card was. I knew about tarot cards.
Okay.
And so,
Yeah.
this is all new to me. So I'm like, I guess I should probably walk the walk if I'm blogging. And so, I went to my local metaphysical shop and started kind of diving in. And really what
What?
did it for me is meditation. I
That's
started
awesome.
meditating and my
Mhm.
world just,
Exploded, huh?
it exploded. Yeah. And I was, I mean, really and then I read the book. Somebody referred the book to me, The Untethered Soul by
Mm-hmm.
Michael Singer.
Mm-hmm.
And that taught me about this word cage, this ego cage that I was living in. And then once I
Mm-hmm.
was able to kind of heal and kind of revisit past traumas and really like revisit my life from a soul perspective,
Mm-hmm.
um, everything just opened up. And then I started playing with the cards. And anyway, yeah. So I started playing with the cards and reading people, and it was like gangbusters, and people were like wanting to give me money for it.
Right.
Um, so from the time I picked up a deck of oracle cards, which is actually this deck right here, the first I ever got,
Okay.
right about 2 years ago, I
Mm-hmm.
was in business reading professionally 2 months
Mm-hmm.
later because people were like wanting to pay
Hungry.
me for reading.
Hungry
Yeah.
for it. Yeah. Yep.
And then the mediumship kind of started developing, and then I took some proper development courses, and
Mm-hmm.
and that was kind of that. And it's been an amazing ride.
Yeah.
And my life is so much better, just in so many
Sure.
different ways. I feel healed. I just feel so happy. Um, and I've got to connect with people like you and everybody here in the
Uh-huh.
chat. So it's
Yeah.
taken me, yeah, Amanda, yes, fast track. That is,
It,
yes.
it is, but you have to wonder. I mean, you just buried it. If you were a little boy and you didn't really know anything about grandma or grandpa, I'm sorry,
Mm,
and you kind of just um you had to put it aside. I had an invisible friend named Billy. I mean, it would go everywhere with me, and
oh,
he must have been a guide. I don't know. My parents were very good about it. Watch out for Billy. He's sitting
I love
beside
that.
her, or whatever. They were really good, and yet I kind of just didn't. I always felt it. I always knew it. But I didn't really develop it. I just studied a lot, and then it was like I didn't do anything with it. So
Hmm.
so for me, when I hear your story, it does sound very fast track, but you were primed for it. You were absolutely primed, and you were right place, right time, and
I
that gives me goosebumps. That's
I
really
believe so.
amazing.
And actually,
Yeah.
and I've told the longer story. It goes back to when I met this person. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and how that happened. And I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. So I know that actually spirit was working for both of us because this helped both of our mediumship journeys.
Uh-huh.
They were working on it back in 2002.
Okay.
And it just didn't kind of come to fruition until 2020. And, I regret to say that the experience, since that experience, him and I have stopped communicating. So there was something that happened there, and I think our friendship just kind of ran its course, which is unfortunate.
It can
Um,
happen.
but yeah, it can happen, and I just tell that part of it because it's like you never know who's brought into your life and for how long. Um,
That's right.
and then but I do believe that it ran its course, and spirit said, okay, this is what you guys are here for. We helped each
Yeah.
other, and then
Right.
now we're moving on a
And now
different
we're going
direction.
to push you into the lake.
Yeah, yeah, for
Let
sure.
you do the
So
deep dive. Yeah. And you never know. You may end up reconnecting at some point. Maybe not. Maybe never. But you're
yeah.
right. There are people for a season and a reason
Yep. I
for a
always
lifetime.
forget that
Yeah.
saying, but that's
Yeah.
exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm,
Wow. So
yeah.
Kevin is here. Thanks for coming by, Kevin. And hugs
Yes,
back to
ma'am.
you. Yeah, so thanks for being here. And thanks for bringing us Stopher so we could all enjoy him
Hmm.
as much as we enjoy you. So thanks a lot. Very nice. Um, so, yeah, I've already got quite a number of questions coming up here, but I just
Yeah.
want to spend just a little bit more time. So, do you mostly do readings with the oracle cards, or do you do more with psychic or medium stuff?
Yeah. Thank you for asking. So a little bit of both because I still do event. I started doing events, and I love events. So I do like corporate
Uh-huh.
parties, Halloween parties, birthday, bachelorette,
Oh, okay.
grand opening, like all kinds.
Yeah.
And so at those parties, I will use cards. So I
Okay.
usually shut down the mediumship because I tell people that can get kind of heavy.
Sure.
We don't want to be at a bachelorette party crying and
Well, no, and you don't want
having that
something to
moment.
come out that would be disturbing or upsetting
Yeah.
to someone either. Yeah. Yeah.
So most of the time we stick with the cards. It's a nice visual. So I do read with the cards in that format. And then when I
Uh-huh.
do my private readings, I pretty much I will usually have a deck of cards on the desk, but
Uh-huh.
I'm usually just connecting soul to soul for my psychic, and then bringing in loved ones in spirit. But sometimes in the readings, if we've kind of covered a lot, I'll say, hey, I might be called to pull a card, but for the
Hmm.
most part, I'm just really trying to feel that connection without the cards.
Right. Right.
But I
Oh,
love the cards. They're so fun.
I do too. Mine's Oracle. I'm tarot. I
Yeah.
don't do that. But I just did an expo with Terry Suzuki, who's a medium, and we had a really nice time. But I had more fun when I was working with her than I was in the room because there were an awful lot of egos in that room,
Mm.
and I it's not my thing. It's like here I don't see that like I see that in a public forum. So I'm just yeah. Kevin does private readings and personal readings, and I think Stopher does too. You do them via Zoom or something, don't you?
I do.
Okay.
And phone
Okay.
calls and
And phone calls.
local.
Okay.
If you're local to LA, then that as well. I will. I don't. I tell people because I have people call me locally, and they'll ask me if I
Oh,
do in-person readings, and I do. I just don't have a studio, so I will travel to their home or their office.
uh-huh. That's
But yeah, most
awesome.
of them are over Zoom.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Lise, a medium is a person that can talk to the dead.
Hmm.
And a psychic is a person that can possibly know things that they might not know. Asking questions, how's my love life, all that stuff. But
Yeah.
you can be both. You can be a psychic and a medium.
Hmm.
And some people are just psychic and some people are just mediums. So it just depends. And so, yeah,
Yeah. I guess
yeah.
it's all about where you pull your information from, right?
That's very true.
Yeah.
Yes. And then you have channelers. I mean, there are people that will come in and channel entities or, masters or things like that. And for me, I got started sort of with a little bit of the mediumship, but I'm mostly in the flow with other people who are working. I can see things when they're talking and
Mm.
that I can add to it. I'm a tag along.
Yeah. I do that too. Like I do that with Kevin a lot where I give what comes in for me and then he gives something and I'm like, stuff starts flowing again. And I
Yeah.
always want to
Yeah.
add to it. So,
No, I get it. No, I
yeah.
do. When we were at the expo, this lady was asking about her horse and why he was so ornery, and Terry was talking to the horse, and she was saying something, but I kept seeing a barn cat, and finally when it got done, I said, "Do you have a barn cat?" And she said, "We used to have one." I said, "Well, that horse wants another one because they lay out right on the back of the backs of the horses,
Hmm.
and
Oh yeah.
it just was one of those things I tagged along because I that's what I could see. Yeah, isn't that great?
Oh, that's
All
interesting.
right. Yeah.
Are you
So
ready to do questions?
we're ready to do some questions. Yes, here we go. Now, Hershey, you had two questions. So I'm guessing I'm going to say this one because this one's more specific. How about that? And she's wondering if she can get any messages from
Hmm.
Andy or Darlene. Are these relatives or friends? Um, can you give us a? All right.
I've got one connected as a relative.
Okay. All
If you can
right.
just confirm that is it Hershey?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yes. Hershey said yes. One is a relative.
okay.
Hmm.
Would you understand that? Because I'm getting information coming in for one of them. I believe this is a female, but I'm getting a connection to dad's side of the family. If you can understand that, um, or at least a connection to dad.
Hmm.
I'm going to put my notes down because I got to focus, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Take your time. Take your
so
time. There's no hurry.
bringing me immediately to, it's kind of fun when they show me my birth month. So bringing me to an important date in December. Um, and so this would be either a passing date, uh, anniversary, or birthday for them. Um, I get a lot of activity, and I think I'm connected. Correct me if I'm not with. I think I'm with Darlene because it feels like female.
Okay.
A lot of energy with this one. She's active. She's boisterous. She's friendly. I really like this energy coming through. I feel like you would have been very, very close with her, almost like a sister energy, in that way of how your relationship went. Um, and she tells me not enough time, and I don't think we're talking just about her time here, but I feel like you guys had sometimes a hard time carving time out. It's like we couldn't get enough of each other. We couldn't get enough time for each other.
Hmm.
And so she kind of wishes, that you guys had been able to do that because I feel like it was such a good time. Let's see. I don't know my dad. Never met him, and Grandpa died on the December 25th. Okay,
Okay. So there's the December connection.
okay.
Yeah.
Um, But would you understand them connected on dad's side though? Just interested.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she's when they bring me to the mouth, this is usually something like that was unsaid or that was kind of, but it almost feels a little bit like there was something learned either right before the passing or right after that was kind of conflicting or kind of misunderstood or hard to kind of hear. So they're coming forward with acknowledgement of that, and just knowing that was kind of difficult for you to handle. And if you can find it in your heart to release that, because it's like almost like that wasn't your fault, that wasn't anything you had anything to do with.
Okay.
So they're coming forward with just an understanding of what was said or learned right before or after the passing about something concerning them, because it's kind of circling around them. So they
Okay.
really just want you to kind of release that and just really remember. I feel like just there was just like an intense bond that they
Mm-hmm.
really want you to kind of focus on, and just know that they're around you. They're not feeling any pain. It was the way she was passed. Yeah, that makes sense because they also bring me to the ears, which is how you learned about it as well, or
Mm-hmm.
what you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you learned something that was really kind of disturbing. Is kind of what they're giving me. So if you can understand that for the way she passed, she wants you to like do the best you can to just remember, like
The good
go back
times.
and just remember the relationship and remember. I feel like a few weeks before there was like a really like good moment where you might have like attended some kind of event or done something really fun together. She says, "Remember that. That was much better. That's
Nice.
when we were in a good place." But
That's
yeah, she's not feeling any pain. She's around you.
uh-huh. That my brother and I don't have the same father told me that on her deathbed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a
Oh,
lot around. I
yeah.
feel like
There's a
so much
lot.
happened around her passing that was so difficult to understand, and it like
Uh-huh.
left you in a mess. And so she's just acknowledging that, but she is telling me you got through it, and she's kind of proud of how you've kind of compartmentalized because she's
Uh-huh.
showing you moving forward.
Uh-huh. Wow. Thank you, Hershey. I hope that brought you some joy.
Mm,
It's always nice to know that they're there. And yeah, she says that's awesome.
yeah,
That's great.
I'm sorry
Yeah.
for your loss as well.
Yes. Thanks, Stopher. All right. This is Lisa Foster, and you know Lisa Foster,
No,
I'm sure.
I don't know Lisa Foster.
You don't know her?
Nope.
Do you know who?
Yeah, I do. I love Lisa Foster.
Isn't she great? At first, I was thinking I didn't see my mom Lucy. I was thinking you wanted to know about Ezra. Okay, so it's messages from Mom Lucy, who passed on February 21st, 1990.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
She brings me to October as well. Do you guys have like hold on. This is but I feel like you're celebrating for someone else, is what she's telling me. She's like, October's big for us, but we're celebrating somebody else. So I almost feel like this would be somebody between you and your mother would have had a October birthday. It feels like a birthday. So I'll leave that with you as well. Somebody that's connected to both of you. Um, would you understand your once again, kind of a lovely personality in the way that she's a little reminds me of my great grandmother who was I would describe her as a little kooky. Which I love people that are kooky. I absolutely love this personality. So I'm getting a little bit of that with her, where she's very smart, but can almost be a little come off a little like ditzy, and then just able to really make fun of themselves and just enjoy, and just not have an ego about it or get cross
Uh-huh.
about it. So
That's
just
cool.
her lovely personality comes through. Okay, I know this is like common to like talk about jewelry, but specifically, I feel like there's diamonds, which are kind of valuable. Would you understand having like a diamond? This would be a ring, and I feel like it's something that you either hold or let's see. Okay.
Okay, so but You're saying that your nephew died the day after she did, but just recently. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think I've read for your on your net. I think I've connected with your nephew as well.
Uh-huh.
So I do believe she had left you. It feels like a ring. If you know about this, that's important. But I'm hearing diamond.
Okay. Yes, she has a diamond. I have a diamond ring and watch and necklace.
Okay,
Yes.
that makes sense because I do feel like it was more than one. So diamonds,
Yep.
that makes sense. So I feel like this was important. I feel like they do have a lot of energy around them, and I feel like you feel that
Yep.
as well. Yeah, beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Because she knows that you hold them dear, and I feel like you still either wear them or hold them or have them very very close to you. So she's aware of that. She loves that.
Uh-huh.
Would you understand her being with father as well, with your father? So I feel like she's saying something about with dad. I feel like she would have called him. You know how some people call their husbands or whatever dad or
Dad. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I feel like she would come through with language like that as well. Um,
Hmm. Wow.
she's just really proud. And she's talking about the visits. So I'm not sure. It sounds like you either visit her or even she might be visiting you in a dream. So I'm not
Hmm.
sure if you visit her where she's laid to rest, where her remains are, but she's talking about thank you for the visits. Or just appreciating the visit. So there's still a connection there where you're either physically visiting her or in dreams. So she's acknowledging that as well. And I feel like that's just a good, really good like connection as well. They
Wow.
hated each other. What's
Maybe
interesting
it was
is
sarcastic then.
she said something, and she might have been like flippant with this. It was like say hi to daddy or saying hi to daddy.
Uh-huh.
So it could have been
Yeah.
kind of, but
Yeah.
there definitely. I'll leave that with you to determine what that means. There was a say hi or I'm saying hi to dad.
Wow. Back in about that time, 1990, I had my mother's diamond ring that I used to wear after she passed. And I couldn't wear it for very long because she was a nervous wreck. And I was beginning to be a nervous wreck when I was wearing the ring. It was
Mm,
so much, it had so much energy on it that I couldn't wear it anymore. But okay, so you used to hi to the cemetery all the time?
almost like
Say hi
maybe
to
if she's
Okay,
going
okay.
by, driving by, or
Oh,
walking
yeah,
by.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's great, Lisa. Thanks,
Yep.
honey.
Thank you for letting me connect, Lisa.
Yeah. Viviani is wondering if we could give her a message from Spirit about what I need to know about my current situation. Okay. I'm going to pull some cards on this one too,
Yeah,
Vivian.
cool.
All right.
There's a lot of information here, Viviani, about money. Um, get the happy card. I also pulled the achievement card, and I'll tell you how these connect for me in just a moment. Um,
Mhm.
teacher learning a new path, and I don't read these literally. I'm going to read them
Mhm.
very different than what you probably think.
Yeah, no, I do the same thing. I do.
Um,
Yeah.
so there's a lot of choices. So I do believe there are more than two choices. I believe there's so many different ways you can go. And when I pulled this, I was already hearing watch almost like watch where you step. And so I see this person. Obviously, I'm drawn to the feet here. Um, so I really think it's like be careful. And I'm almost hearing like edit the things you say and just be very careful about how you move forward. How you like present yourself in the situation, I think is going to be very, very important is what I'm getting. It's almost like be careful what you say. Because I think there might be somebody on the other side or somebody that's kind of involved that's a little sensitive. So you might be dealing with somebody that's a little sensitive, and that maybe is a little ego driven, or just, it's almost like they have a past that kind of dictates how they behave in certain situations. So I think you'll be good if you can really just kind of take a beat before you interact with the people that might be surrounded in the situation, and just kind of consider how they might behave or react. I also think with the money, it's telling me to be very, very careful. I think you've got when I see the egg, it brings me to money. So I think you've got some stability here, and that's going to be important as well to kind of protect that, because I think that can also kind of be a challenge if we don't. I feel like we have to be very, very careful about how that is handled as well. So it's just be very, very strategic and careful about how you move forward. That's weird. I'm being drawn some. I don't know if this is like, there's something with the schedule here that's also an issue or a challenge, because I'm being drawn to like weekends versus like middle of the week. So if you can understand what that means, it's almost like I want to tell you, like, keep your weekends open, or do more work for yourself on the weekends. It's like, I think that's an important time for you as well. So I'm not sure how that kind of coordinates, but I'm being drawn to the schedule also being important to kind of manage. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make sense to me, but you know your situation. So
Right, I know. Yep, that's the truth. I pulled up the wax seal. Looks like something is going to be sealed, like a deal will be sealed. I don't. I have invitations and messages coming and sealing a deal, and that enthusiasm will. But I'm seeing 3 people, and one of them is a male. So I'm not sure if that's true. If there will be, or there may be 2 choices. Being the third person, but I am seeing a male influence here. But good luck, because I see a deal being sealed. So very nice.
nice.
Good luck, dear. Good luck.
Yeah, I'd love to hear
Yeah.
if any of that resonates, and if it doesn't, I understand.
Let me see what she says. I'll look, and you can go to the
Get
next
it,
one.
and you're welcome.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So Nivra wants to know about her friendship with her friend in California. Wonders where it's headed.
We're still friends, Nivra. All right. Let me see. Let me pull some cards on that.
So Lisa, I noticed your question in here about knowing which deck to go to. It's just an intuition. It's just a feeling. Sometimes I'll have my decks in front of me and I've decided what ones I'm going to use, and then just doesn't seem right, and I turn around and pick another one. So I think it's just following your intuition. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I pulled a couple cards for you, Nivra. The prosperity card. Quite beautiful. Abundance and success. So that's a positive way to start out. And then we have the flip side of that, which is the emotional desert, which is isolation and inactivity. So you might be on a bit of a roller coaster with this friend. I do sense the distance I almost feel like the distance will stay the distance. So I think that it will be challenging to kind of pull together. So it's going to take some work. As much as I feel like there is like an enjoyment in connecting. I feel like it is going to be like work to keep that going, finding new ways to connect, new times to connect. So the distance will continue to be a challenge, but it's not something you can't overcome. It feels a very status quo and very just kind of like building and continuing for quite a
Mhm.
while. I feel like for all of this year, still feels really fun and really exciting. So I think if there's going to be any kind of movement as far as what that relationship looks like, or meeting, or traveling together, whatever the case is, I think we're looking into next year. Um, but it does feel like a nice, slow, very like adult relationship kind of building and trajectory. So that feels really good and really stable. So I would say if you're feeling that, that's a good confirmation that you're on the right path with this person. It does feel like it could be long term in one way or the other, whether it
Wow.
stays with friendship or becomes something else.
Wow. Well,
What'd you
I
get?
kind of got the same thing. First thing I got was right now you just got some barriers. There's like a lock on the door, which
Mm,
doesn't mean that your relationship has it, but you have maybe it's distance barriers. I don't know because I don't know where you live. But I also got the turtle, and it's slow moving. It is a slow moving, but the turtle usually wins the race. It's they because they're more plodding along. And so I think that's really good. And I see a theater mask here. And what I love about it is, of course, California is the theater and the movies and the, everything out
mhm.
there. But the other thing is that it says that good and bad experiences, but those things are what build relationships. So I see positivity here. I really do. But I think it's slow moving, just like Stopher said. Yeah, he said the same thing. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
in
Yeah.
a positive way.
Uh-huh.
And
Definitely.
I think it suits both of you. I think it does. Feels
Yeah,
right.
feels right. So good luck.
Right.
Let us know when you're getting married so we can come.
Yep. I love how we're lined up on that, Allie.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
super good.
Yep. Yep. I do too. It's awesome. Jenny wonders if you can get to her dad, Carl, or her stepmom, Pearl. She had them in her dream last night.
Hmm.
Oh,
Hmm.
they were visiting then. All right. Wow.
They come in. They show me their. I don't know what they were doing in your dream, but they show me flying. That they're like flying around. And I'm usually not a very visual reader, but it's interesting. They come in and they're showing me flying around. I don't know if this is something they did if they flew a lot, um, in their physical life, or if this is something that happened in the dream. But I wanted to share that with you. Um, Would you also understand that they were quite adventurous? Because they come in I get the sense of adventure and kind of wonderment with them. So I get the sense that they may have traveled or just did a lot of things together, and it's like I say, a
Mhm.
sense of adventure. Um, okay, they're bringing me to the middle of the year, but I feel like I'm hedging more towards like June, May, June as an important month. I feel like for them together. So they're bringing me as like an important. He flew small planes. That makes sense. Like he's flying.
Boing.
Um, so they're bringing me to. I almost feel like I'm in like late May, early June, right around my daughter's birthday, um,
Uh-huh.
as an important month for them together. So this would either be an anniversary or some kind of observation for them together. I
Mhm.
feel like there's a lot of energy around there, and it's something that you would probably either celebrate or observe for them. Um, They also have a connection to food. I feel like specifically they're trying to feed me pasta. So I'm not sure if they're Italian or if they just really enjoyed Italian food or pasta. If this was like a dish for them, but they're like serving it to me. So I'm interested to see if that's a connection for you as well. They're just really giving me their personality and kind of what would be markers for them. Um, the feathers. So they're also giving you. They give you feathers. Can you understand? Because they're dropping feathers down. And I feel like even small feathers. So these are for you. These are ways that they're going to tap you on the shoulder when you see these. Um, okay. Okay. So they're bringing me in, and I'm not sure where you're at in your life's journey, but they're bringing me to education as being something that is current for you now, either like considering education or lamenting about not doing it. I'm not sure where we're at with this, but they want to talk about continuing your education on something. So if this is something you're considering to go back to school or dive into something new, it's almost like they give me a stamp. So there's like an approval to say they're behind this. So it feels like you're either learning something new, you're thinking about going back to school, or some kind of continuing education.
Awesome.
So just know that they're behind that. I feel like they're almost motivating. They're saying it's never too late to learn. And I feel like education would have been important for them as well.
Oh my goodness. They traveled in a GM
Sure.
motorhome a lot. Pearl cooked for everyone, not necessarily pasta, but, and then she said it's your spiritual education.
That feels right.
Yeah, I see it. So I'm just thrilled because we have our dream show on Tuesday nights. And so when someone tells me they dreamed about him, of course, to me, that's a visitation. Rejoice in celebration. And look, there's 3 glasses. Well, 3 are being held up. Pearl, your dad, and you. So they're really happy for you.
They're celebrating your newfound path as well.
spirituality.
And I'm just interested, Jenny, if you can understand or is it Pearl? What's the name?
Pearl was her stepmom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jenny, if you can understand the May, June, I'm just curious.
Okay. I'll wait and see what.
Thank you for letting us connect.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you. This is an interesting question. I've got some ideas about it, but can she visit her other incarnations? And you're talking about in different dimensions, I'm guessing. Is that correct, Karen? Not just, I mean, we can do a past life regression and visit our other incarnations, but if it's more than one lifetime at a time, it's an alternative universe that you're talking about, I believe. All right.
I feel like we can connect to it. I don't know about visit.
Okay.
I don't know what you mean by that specific word. But
like go in there and live it. Yeah. Oh, Ginny said June is her daughter's birthday. Just so you know,
because I feel like they're bringing all of you together for that. So it makes sense that it would be something that connects all of you. So even if she wasn't here before they passed, I feel like they're bringing me to that as something that's important to connect all of you energetically, if anything else.
Energetically. Okay.
Yeah. So as far as the incarnations, I'm connected to one that I'm really aware of, and I can I just feel very connected to it because it has something to do with what goes on, what's happened in my life now. I don't know that I visit it or relive it or anything like that, but I'm very aware. And I have things kind of pop into my new things and almost remembering memories from it. We're connected to them one way or the other.
Yeah, we are. Definitely. Well, I pulled a few cards, Karen, and I got starseed. So obviously you have that, and you may even be able to connect with that particular one because it's not it's an off planet, so to speak. And it says here birthing. So you may be able to go back and connect with the time that you incarnated in that lifetime. And it says here another one, celestial. So all of those things point to the possibility that, or even that possibility that you are living in a different reality on another planet. You never know. Right. I don't like Stopher said, though, I don't know that you can live it. I think you can access it, though, and maybe look at it.
Yeah. I agree. And I wanted to recognize Viviana. Thank you. She said she understands the message. So.
Oh, good, Viviana. Thank you, dear.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Who's next?
Craig is the one with Clara Bow, and he's going to go over, and he wonders if she has any messages for him before he goes over to the cemetery.
Okay, and this is a person that's guiding you, correct, Craig?
Or yeah, this is one of his guides.
Okay.
One of his guides, and she was a previous silent movie star in the late 20s, early 30s, I believe.
There's a message here about, and it would make sense that this person would talk about chasing dreams. So, and it sounds to me like that's kind of what you're doing. You're really just kind of chasing what's called to you, and as I say, like picking up the breadcrumbs. So, it's a message about continuing to do that and not to stop. Um, Also, there's a message about looking down, looking down. So I'm not sure if there's going to be something that's kind of dropped on the ground for you, um, or it's just kind of like watch looking where you're going. But it's almost like I'm like being drawn to like want to look at my feet. So when you're out here in California, just there might be something on the ground or something that you notice that's like a big sign for you. So I think that there's signs coming your way. Um, Beyond what I could tell you tonight. I feel like there's going to be some really
Mhm.
interesting things that you see, um, that are really going to just like blow your mind, that are going to really let you know, like pick up the pace and to keep going and just, try all these different things. Um,
Yeah.
and
Could be Grauman's, right? Grauman's Chinese, where they have all the Hollywood stars,
Yeah, on
right?
the Walk
On
of
the
Fame, yeah,
ground.
right
Yeah.
there on
Yep.
Hollywood
Right
Boulevard,
there
yeah.
on the Walk of
Yeah, there
Fame.
might be
Yeah.
something that just I just feel like there's gonna be something down by
Uh
your
huh.
feet that really connects for
Yeah.
you, and you just have, like, maybe a moment that stops you in your track, like, literally stops you
Sure.
in your tracks.
Yeah.
So it sounds really, like, eye-opening. So just be
Mhm.
aware, whether it's looking down or up or wherever, just be aware of signs coming in for you. I feel like it's
Mhm.
gonna be a really cool experience, and it's a message here just about enjoying it, enjoying the food. I don't know if you're a foodie or not, but it's just like take it in, and not just while you're here, but also just for the rest of your life. Just take it
Yeah.
in.
Take it in.
So
I
I feel like
get the
things have
sun.
opened
There's
up.
nothing better than the sun for you, Craig. Look at that. So it's going to be great. Just
Hmm.
enjoy it. Yeah. Just enjoy it. Thank you, Stopher.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, we have Amanda Carroll, and she would like to know how Ernest Bartlett, her sweetheart and longtime friend, is doing. He passed over just a year ago.
Hmm. I love the colorful hearts. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. Beautiful.
All right. Okay, Amanda. This is kind of a very calming energy coming in for me. It is a male. Let's see if this is Ernest. So immediately I'm getting the song, and I don't know who sings it. It's called Simple Man. I'm a simple kind of man. So if you could understand Ernest being a very simple, down to earth, well grounded, salt of the earth kind of individual. They're also, this energy is pointing to my hat. This, I don't know if this is like, because the type of hat is called a trucker hat, so I'm not sure if they were a trucker or if they would have wore hats like this. But
Mm,
they're pointing to my hat as something that they would have a connection to. Um, I don't normally get, like I said earlier, I don't normally get like visuals. But
mhm.
you can do so many lyrics. Um, but I'm getting, with almost the simple man, the simple kind of man. I'm getting like a button up, like plaid shirts. I feel like they would have had a very like consistent style. Maybe not known as like a fashion guru, but just a nice solid like
Uh-huh.
manly. Um, just a real solid energy coming through. I feel like they were a provider and a protector for you as well. Just know that they're on the other side still doing that for you. Um,
Wow.
and they're telling me about, we laid the groundwork, we laid the groundwork. So I feel like whatever you guys built together or understandings you guys had together, I feel like are still living on. And you're kind of carrying that forward. So whether this is raising children, building a business, whatever it is that you guys had planned, they're talking about you guys laid the groundwork together, and now you are carrying that on. So a lot of pride and thanks for that.
Wow. She says yes. Okay. I just got 3 words here. One of them is transformation. He made it, he made his transformation, and he was like, wow, who knew? Who knew what this would be like? He's full of wisdom, and it looks like was he a pet lover? I see a dog here, so that's the only reason I asked. And he said, it took me a while. I had an emotional withdrawal, but now I've been here over a year. Of course, time is nothing over there. But he says, I'm beginning to do the real work. So that's what I'm getting for you. Yeah.
Yeah. And would you understand, Amanda, a quick passing with Ernest? I just feel like he kind of just made a really quick transition. And so, and I almost feel like he's showing me that he just like hit the ground running, like his energy just kept moving forward as he ascended. He's also showing me a boat. If you can understand, if he would have had a boat, he's saying, I'm on the boat. So I feel like where he's at, he's on a boat. If he would have loved that. I do feel like you say dog whisperer. I do feel like he's with animals as well.
Yeah. Yeah, like that picture when I saw the little dog, I thought right. Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah. So I feel like he's connected to animals in spirit and also that are still here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sudden passing. Yes. Yeah. Very sudden.
Yeah. Just know that I just feel like he just was like running and then running into a different.
Yeah. Then he's world. In a different world. Yeah. Wow. Thanks, Amanda.
Sorry for your loss, Amanda.
Yes, Amanda. Marg wonders if Brandon has a message for the family.
Immediately he comes through, Marg, and he says, thank you for accepting me for who I am or who I was. So there's something where maybe he lived a life that was a little different, or he, had partners or whoever it is. I just feel like he had a very unique kind of path, and he's saying thank you to those that accepted him and just welcomed whatever weird or wild stuff he was doing. So a lot of appreciation for that. Thank you for accepting me is what he says. There is no more pain is what he says. Pain is gone. So if you could understand that there was some pain before his passing, some discomfort, I feel like he just wasn't himself. So he's saying, I'm myself now. I get a clear mind. Would you understand his mother still being here? Because he's saying, I love you to mom. And also get well soon. If she's dealing with some illness, or there's somebody that he would like have a motherly connection to that's here that would not be feeling well, he's saying get well soon as well.
Wow. If she responds, I'll definitely put it up.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I see that he has a lot of spiritual strength. I don't know if that's true or not, but maybe it's since he's passed over, he's feeling more attuned with what he was. I do sense that, like Stopher said, that he really appreciated being accepted. I really do feel that as well by you. So, all right, Marg, thank you, dear.
Thank you, my dear.
Yeah. So hello, Catherine Yee, and thank you for your donation. That was most kind of you. What do you see in my career? Is this the right place? She says.
I apologize. My dog is having a moment.
I got 3 of them, so sometimes they howl. No problem.
He does get at least one every live because the neighbor. Yeah, he's protecting me.
What kind do you have?
So he's an English bulldog.
Oh, they're adorable.
Yeah, he's adorable, but he's got his moments. He's a lot.
Sure.
All right, let me focus. And Marge, thank you for confirming that, and you're welcome. Let's see. What do you see my career is? I see you, Catherine, and thank you for the question. I see you as like what I'm hearing is almost like your career adjacent. So let me explain what I mean by that. It's like you're in the right place, but I feel like they've got you kind of doing something that doesn't quite feel like it's in the right gear, right? You're
Yeah.
just like not quite there, but I feel like you're in the right kind of ecosystem. Um, I'm not sure if I'm feeling okay. I'm getting a couple things. So I'm getting like a healthcare kind of vibration here. Like you are just
Mhm.
naturally good at taking care of people and being a caretaker. And then I'm also, it's almost like you're in a place where there's like admin kind of stuff, which I don't think suits you as much. I feel like there's almost an art to what you really need to be doing. So there needs to be some space. There needs to be some ability to freelance, so it really just comes down to you being comfortable and you having some freedom. Like I say, I think you're like kind of there and there's some opportunities, but you're just not quite spending that energy doing what's fully lined up. I think it's coming. So I'm hearing like patience. And I think when it reveals itself, it's not going to be too far off. It's going to be kind of in your area. Okay.
Mhm.
So you're in there. You're there almost.
Mhm.
What do you have for that, Allie?
I got that you have a gift. I really do. You have some kind of a gift, and that gift needs to be uh, I don't know if the word is explored or not, but whatever it is, you've got it going, but it's telling you to cut away some of the things that are keeping you off track. And maybe that's the administrative part of it that you were talking about. I don't know. There's something that needs to be cut out, but you are grounded and it looks like, you might branch out. We got a tree here, but you might branch out into something different. But I definitely think it looks positive for you, especially since the gift came up first. That looks like a
Yeah.
real positive situation for you. Yeah.
Yeah. And I agree. There's something that you've got that's really connected and really feels passionate, and you're good at.
Hmm.
It almost feels like you need to kind of be able to do it freely, if that makes sense. So I'm with you on that, Allie. And
Yeah.
Catherine says yes, makes sense. So
Okay,
um,
good.
when it presents itself, just grab it. Go. You'll be fine.
Right. Yep. Definitely. Definitely. All right. We're almost at the top of the hour. How are you doing? You okay?
I'm
Shall we
good.
go
I think
on
I got a
a
few
little
more.
while?
How many?
All
You have
right.
a
You got a
few more
few
for me?
more in there.
All right, let's do
Okay,
it.
good.
Thank you, Catherine.
Again, people, we'll do the best we can. Had an awful lot of questions, and so we're trying to knock out as many as we can. But I don't know what this is, and I'm concerned about it. What are you so scared about? I don't know what. Um, I
Hmm.
yeah, I'm worried.
Um,
Let's put it that way. So
yeah.
I'm
Okay.
thinking you need to call in your angels, call in your guides, and ask them for protection. I don't know what area you're having a difficult time with, and but you always have a support system that's available to you
Mhm.
at all times.
Yeah, you're gonna be fine, is what I'm being told. It doesn't mean that something difficult won't happen. You might get some difficult news. I actually feel like you are. Another thing I'm being told is, Etienne, can you understand? I feel like you're very connected to music, and I feel like it's a spiritual kind of moment for you when you listen to the right music. So I want you to relax. I almost want to spell out the word like slowly, like
Uh huh.
RELAX. Relax.
Take it
Um,
easy.
I do
Hmm.
think there's some tough, challenging information that you might learn, but it's going to be okay. And I feel like you are prepared for it.
Hmm.
Um, and just put the earbuds in and listen to the music that gets you in that vibe. Chill out. Um, and I feel like, would you understand? Is this a legal situation? If I'm being drawn to a legal situation for you, I think it's going to be. I do
Hmm.
think you'll be challenged, but
Okay.
you're going to be better for it. I feel like whatever you get through, it's a rocky road, but you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
No reason to be scared. I feel like you know
Yeah.
you you know what's going to happen.
So I pulled the egg card. The egg holds all potentiality, and it says that change is around the corner. What I want everybody to realize here is that life is nothing but change. We resist it because we don't like it. We don't know what it will bring us. We fear it, but it's just a part of life, and it is something that we all have to learn to live with. So we're all going to put our heads together and send you a great big hug and a prayer. I feel compelled to say at this point that this is for entertainment purposes only, okay? Because we're not doctors and we're not lawyers and we're not all those other things. So, but we are people that care about you. So I just want to give that over to you, Etienne. Yeah. And
I feel like my life is for entertainment purposes only.
it sort of is.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. You do a great marketing job.
Yeah. Yeah, hang in there, my friend. It will work out. You are tougher than you might be giving yourself credit for.
That's right. That's right. All right. So Maeve is wondering if she'll ever find love again. That kitty cat's so cute. All right. Oh my goodness.
I mean, I haven't pulled cards for a while. Let me.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I got. I got have faith. You don't have to be Catholic. It's just that this is the card that says have faith, pretty much. Feelings of love right here. So yes, I believe you will find love again because you've got those feelings of love that are coming up. And it says, wait out the storm. Open up your umbrella. Don't worry about it, honey. When you least expect it. When you least expect it, you're elected. I really do think so, dear. I think so.
Mm-hmm. I think so too. And I think there's a journey here. Just a few cards I picked. The creation. So I think this is really, I'm just really drawn to her kind of, planting the seeds and watering her flower, her crops, or whatever you want to call them. And then I got the freedom card.
Yeah.
Moving on, letting go. So continue to move forward from any kind of challenging energies that have kind of happened in the past. And I feel like the further you keep moving forward from those and letting those just kind of drift by, you'll move towards what serves you now. And in the department of romance and love, I do think it's coming. And I think it's coming pretty soon. I think you've been watering that garden, and I feel like as long as you're open, and I'm also getting messages about continue searching, and then also it's like turn on your beacon so that they can find you. It's like they're showing me a lighthouse, so it's like I think you're going to be like a magnet brought together with somebody else that's searching and has that same energy. So both of you turn your beacons on, and you'll find each other.
There you go. I met mine in the most unusual place you could ever imagine. And so if I can meet him in a 1 in a million place, I know you can find whoever it is that you're ready to be with. So there you go.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, dear. So Plucky Heroine's grandmother's engagement ring went missing a few months ago, presumably stolen. Is it recoverable? Are you a person that's the object finder? You have to be all things here,
I always like these questions. I had a reading one time where a guy asked me, his father had left this world, and I think there was I ascertained that there was a business that was kind of, I feel like him passing like kind of blew up a grenade, and there were so many loose ends, and the reading felt like an interrogation. He was like, well, what's he say about this? And what's he say about that? And then he asked me what the iCloud password was.
Oh, that's great.
So I was like, let me try to get it.
Oh my God. Long distance.
Yeah. Let me put in a call. Let's see. So I do get asked this a lot, and I'm happy to kind of feel into it. So let me see.
Okay.
So let me see if I can call in Grandma too. And if you can understand, because I'm kind of drawn to this side, which is for Mom. Can you? Would this be your mom's mom?
Okay. Let's check it out. Yes, St. Anthony does help find lost things. It is, Martha. It is funny.
And I almost feel like I'm getting a message about it was supposed to be in a place, and I feel like we all knew it was there, and we go there when we finally are able to go there and like either open the drawer or um,
Uh-huh.
go where we
Yes,
thought it
it
was supposed to be. It wasn't there.
wasn't there. So it is mom's mom. Yep.
Okay, got it. So, and I don't know why she's showing me. I almost feel like it's a drawer that's got like, that, what's that material when you put the rings in that, like a felt
Oh, like the
material?
foamy with the covering over it?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a felt or something. I almost feel like it's
Yeah. And it
padded with
felt
that, like green felt or
okay.
something. Um, so I don't know. Like I said, I'm very visual tonight. I'm normally not.
I guess you are.
Yeah. Well, you opened that up for me. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I just feel like it was like either a drawer or a box where we thought it was going to be, and then we finally go there after some time, and we just expect to find it, and then it's gone.
Yeah.
And it wasn't there. And I feel like, I almost feel like it was gone before she had left. I almost feel like somebody knew this was going to be a
Oh,
thing, and they took it before she even was was gone. It was like planned. I don't think it's recoverable,
no.
and I feel like it's changed hands already.
Okay. She says, my sister told me her partner's brother took it. See, yep. It wouldn't surprise me. You know what happens when someone passes and you're not really careful? People go in and they just take things. They think that's no big, like it's a free for all. So I bet that's really, it is sad.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Fluffy.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
sorry too. I'm sorry about your loss, and with the ring too.
Mm,
So I know it was she's coming through giving me that it was very important for her, and so I feel like she would have been disgusted by the whole thing. But she does remind you that there are bigger and better things out there than just,
right.
at the end of the day,
Correct.
she's like, it's about the memories, it's about the family, it's about, knowing what you still have here.
Right.
But she's giving me that. I just feel like this was very like planned. It
Mm-hmm.
feels really yucky. Like this was somebody that took advantage of. Can you understand when towards your grandmother's like um, the end of her time here, there was just a lot going on, and I feel like people were very focused on other things, and it's almost like these people took advantage of the distraction.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Um, so yeah, I get the sense that
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
recoverable. But you have so much. She's saying you have so many more treasures that are still here. So
That's right.
as much
That's
as I
right.
know that sucks,
Yeah.
she says hold steadfast to your family.
There you go. Yeah, and it doesn't sound like it was a direct family member. It was this brother of this other
Yeah,
person.
and I think it's changed hands. So
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure they went right to the pawn shop,
it
So
feels like
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It felt that way to me as well. All right. So Lisa wonders if she's clairaudient.
I saw a question. Somebody else had asked a question if they were claircognizant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you're all of it. All
I
of you
think we
are.
all have the ability, don't you? I mean, we
Yeah,
just
it's like
we
any of
just
our
don't use it
senses.
all. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
hearing's not great anymore, but I still have it. I
Right.
just have to ask my partner, my husband, like 5 times. What'd you say?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, some are going to be more than others. Let me kind of. How do you pronounce that? Is it
Oh, it's Lisa. Yeah.
Lisa? Oh, what a cool
Mm-hmm.
way to say it.
I know, isn't it pretty? Yeah.
Um, hmm. Do you have really sensitive hearing, just physically speaking? Um, I almost feel like yes. So the short answer is yes. I do feel like you are, but I feel like there's like um, a reason for it. Is what I'm trying to get to.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this is something that might have really been open when you were younger as well. If you can understand, I almost feel like I'm hearing screaming, but it's not like physical. So I don't know
Oh.
if you would hear things when you were younger that maybe weren't in the room or were
Mm-hmm.
unexplainable.
Mm.
Um, So I feel like there's a bigger thing here. So I want to say yes, this is a good clair for you, but also know you have all the other ones too. But yeah, I feel like this is spirits taking advantage of this sensitive
Hmm.
sense.
Sense, yeah. Um, from my understanding, one or more can be a stronger one for us. For instance, I'm more claircognizant than I am anything else. I just have a
Mm,
feeling about something. But I think during certain periods of time, I even have the clair, whatever it is with the nose, where I could smell things. So aliens, I think it is. But
mm,
yeah. And if you're asking, both you and Hypnicity asked, she had another question, so I got rid of the other one. But if you think you're claircognizant or clairaudient or whatever, then you probably are. But I really do believe we all have gifts. We just have to work to get them, you know, useful for us.
yeah, and they evolve.
They evolve. They
They
do.
evolve.
Yeah. So this Hypnicity was asking also if she should do a musical podcast, and I'm thinking, if you're asking that
Mm,
question, I would love to see that. I really would. I'd love a musical podcast.
mm.
I don't know what kind of. Oh, I get that. That's a heart's calling. Hmm, there you go.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Let me pull a
And
card on that.
okay, you might be able to answer all the questions tonight. What do you know?
Okay, so immediately I'm getting a yes, but, and then I pull the take a nap. So what this is telling me is I feel like there's more to it. It's really just saying
Mhm.
like sleep on it. I feel like it's a yes, but also just be really thoughtful. Because I feel like we're, as you said, Allie, there's a passion here, and I think that
Yeah.
that right there is going to make it work and make it a success, whatever success looks like for you. It's just going to
Hmm.
be rewarding. Um, but on another level, it's almost like feel free to think about maybe what the collaborations with other people look like, some of the equipment you need specifically.
True.
I think there's going to be some finer points there. So that's why I'm getting the take a nap. It's just saying, it's not saying like don't do it, like
Jump
go
on it. Yeah.
take a
Sleep
nap.
on it.
Yeah, don't
You're
even do it.
saying sleep on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sleep,
Yeah.
like sleep on it. So just take a beat to kind of figure out some of the finer points. And it might, I used the word, evolving earlier. It might evolve a little bit as far as like what you think it looks like.
Uh-huh.
And I think equipment's going to be very, very important
There you go.
with it. So yeah, go with it. Just,
Yeah.
think, take it a step further as far as like the creating it and what it looks like.
And
I
do
think
some
it'll be great.
research on how much it would cost you. Yeah, that might be beneficial. Thanks, Nalani. Rose just really wants a message. She just loves that we're here and thanks us for being here.
Mm.
So maybe a spirit message, huh?
Hmm.
Okay. All right.
You get a lot of puppy energy with you, Rose. Do you have puppies around you, or
Ooh.
a lot of puppies in spirit? I just feel like I want to see like puppies around you.
Mm.
So you get that puppy love energy around you.
Uh-huh. Are you still here, Rose?
Yeah, small white dog. Yeah, yeah, she's here.
Oh, small white dog. Okay. Um,
All right, another thing. There's okay, so there's a thing, and I think this is from like, I feel like this is from loved ones on the other side, but it almost feels collective. It feels like it's from like the family. It's a thank you for. There's almost like a remember the way that you remember your family, and it doesn't feel like it's interesting because it doesn't feel like you do this like for a specific person in spirit. It feels like you do this almost for like ancestors or for like the family name. There's something about how you've like memorialized the name or the family itself. I don't know if this is a tattoo or something you like paint. It feels like it's, forgive me, that's on something. and it feels like either permanent or semi-permanent. So this could be on your skin, or this could be like on a mural or something. So they want to come forward as thank you for almost like memorializing the name or the family,
Oh,
almost like a
that's nice.
crest or something like that. It's very interesting. So there's a thank you for that, and they see this. And also, can you understand? Are you a creative person? Because they're giving me rose tattoo from Manana. Yes.
Oh,
I also feel like you are creative, so they're just like almost. I feel like they're like boosting creative energy through you. So it's really just like can. And once again, I'm getting like the family might have been creative as well. I just feel like this is like just know that your ancestors are working through you. It's kind of
mhm.
interesting. I just feel like it's all this energy is back here, and it's gushing forward. Um,
Wonderful.
and
Yeah.
it's your family. They're like the wind in your sails. It's crazy.
They're saying everything is in right order for you,
Mm.
Rose. Look at that. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, you're guided, and specifically
Uh-huh.
with creative energy.
That's fabulous. Well, I'm glad that we could read for you
Thank
tonight.
you.
Yes. Laura has wonders her sister Susan passed January 6, 2020. Any messages from her
Mm.
sis? While he's working on that, I just want to encourage everybody to go over and please like and subscribe to Stopher's channel. He's fabulous, and we want to keep him in business. So,
Thank you. Me too. All right, Laura, your sister, she comes through and says, "I feel like I'm hearing like silly dilly." So, was she a silly kind of character, or would she have called you, or were you the silly dilly? Because I feel like there's a nice banter or kind of a silliness here. Um, Big sis, and would this be big sister? I feel like she's saying, "I'm big sis. I'm big sis." Um,
hmm.
I'm also being drawn to three children left behind. So I'm not sure if these are for her children, or if these would be your children, or a combination for both. But she feels responsibility. I feel like she's watching over. She says the three children. Um, and she says, I feel like the boys are grown or getting older, because she's talking about the boys are so grown. Um, so just know that she's watching over there. I feel like there's three children. Um, April. And also, she's bringing me to the celebration happening in April. She says, I'll be there. Um, she's bringing me to April. She's showing me somebody in my family that celebrates in April. So she says, I'll be there for that celebration. And I almost feel like it's a milestone of some sort, or some kind of big deal in April. So just know she will be there as well. Was she either a cyclist or like ride motorcycle? Because she says, I'm still riding. Or even horses. I feel like there's something that she would have like rode motorcycles, horses. Just know that she's still continuing this. This is like, her heaven is what she's telling me. So I'm still writing. I'm still writing is what she says.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, a lot of love. She's.
That's good. I don't know that I'm not sure she's here because she usually does
Oh
reply.
yeah, I hope she can
But
watch it on the
yeah,
playback.
she probably will.
Yeah.
Thanks, Stover.
Yeah, Lauren, if you're watching it on the playback in the future here, just leave any comments. I'll check back and see if
Yeah,
how
yeah,
that
it's
goes.
nice to get validation.
Yeah,
And Laura, yeah,
yeah,
absolutely,
and I'm sorry for your loss. And
absolutely.
one more thing, she wants to bring me, because as I'm writing stuff down, she's talking about a diary. So I'm not sure if she left something written or if you're writing something, but she's talking about some tough things that are written inside. And it's almost like we're leaving them in the past. those were left in the past. So if there's something that you've found that was written, or if you've written something that was challenging, it's almost like she says, rip it up and giving you permission to move forward.
Oh,
Okay.
that's awesome. We got 2 more. Is that okay?
All right. Yeah, let's get them.
Okay, let's do it. All right.
Let's do it.
We have Teresa Hadranian, and her dad passed. Al, his name, in August 2022. That's not that long ago, Teresa. My
Pray for your
condolences.
loss.
Yes.
Teresa, would Al have had before his passing? I feel like a surgery. I'm not sure if this is like a bypass or something with the chest or the heart. Because I feel like he's saying like he's given me like I went through it. So I do think there were perhaps some procedures and things that I almost feel like it was a roller coaster there the last few years. So just know he's like, he's like, all that's done. No more pain, no more, so just know that he's not in pain anymore. And he too gives me that a celebration would have just happened for him as well. So if you can understand January, I feel like, heavy surgery. Yeah. I feel like it happened, like years before, but I feel like it was always something that kind of either had to be monitored or kind of caused some problems. I do feel like it was like an up and down for him. And then if you can understand the celebration that just happened, I feel like January, last month. Would you understand the nickname? I feel like I want to call you like Bean or like Vanilla Bean, like Beanie or something. He's coming through. I feel like he would have called somebody this, or somebody has this nickname. It sounds like Bean to me, or Beanie, which is kind of interesting. So
lots of pain in the last 3 weeks for you. Yeah, I'm sure, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get the beanie reference at all?
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, just know he's around you a lot. And also, would you understand, because he shows me like almost like walking with you to, it's a message here about healing. I know you say you've been in pain. I don't know if that's physical pain or emotional pain, but have you been in and out of like either clinic, hospital, doctor's offices? I feel like he's telling me that he's giving you a lot of energy, a lot of positive energy and love as you kind of go through this journey where, and it feels like it has to do with either healing physically or even emotionally, but just know he's with you.
Mm-hmm.
What was it that she'll check with the others?
I think it's the name.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's,
Could even be like, what's Beantown? Is that Boston? Is that
Beantown? Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if there's a connection to Boston, but it's something with Bean. I know that's very random. I wish I had more, but it feels like a name, a nickname of some sort. I know that's a nickname for Boston as well.
Yes, it is.
But just know as you're kind of going through your, I feel like you're going like into like doctor's offices or something, but he's walking with you in that as well. So just a lot of love, and just know he's not in pain anymore. And he's telling me I'm strong now. So I feel like at the end of his life, he might have been in a weakened state. He's saying I'm strong now. Okay, my dear.
Yep. I think the reason that I can get through the days that I do, I lost my brother in December, is that I believe in what's on the other side, and I believe it's a better place. And I just, so it's helped me in that regard. Not that I was, but it just is helpful to know that you've got a place that's going. Yes, a goatee man. That's right. You're from Boston. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I see
Town.
that. Yeah. All right. So Linda just wants to know if she has any gifts. That's our last question for the evening. And
All
oh my
right.
goodness, wonderful.
Let's see. Let me kind of tap in, Linda. Okay, immediately I'm drawn to a connection to animals.
Oh,
Um, and I feel like equine. I feel like I'm going like to horses as well.
horses.
Yeah. So if you can understand the connection to horses, whether it's you enjoy them or just, I feel like there's some kind of energy. But animals, a connection definitely there with that. And I'm also they're taking me back. So I feel like these gifts or abilities were open early in life. It might be a situation kind of like what I was explaining earlier in the live is where, um, you know, I was, kind of more open to everything when I was young. And then it was kind of suppressed for whatever reason. So
Right.
I feel like there's that kind of situation where you did naturally have it, but it kind of was either shut down or not nurtured at a very young age. So I feel like this is something you're going to have to maybe chip away a little bit at to kind of uncover. But I do feel like there's a lot there. I love my daughter's horses. Yes. So lean into that and just kind of spend some time there and see how that feels and just quiet your mind and just I feel like you're going to have a connection that you didn't expect, and then from there you can just kind of lean into it and build it like any other relationship you would.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Gosh, that's so funny because Linda's from Massachusetts as well. And she lives in North Carolina now, but it's really just interesting that you brought up Beantown and all
Mm,
these Beantown people are here. So
yeah.
you have two dogs as well. Yeah. Wow. Well, Stopher, I don't know. You were quite the hit this evening, just what the doctor ordered. And it's been wonderful to have you. And everybody has been so pleased. And wow,
It's
amazing.
been
You got some
fun.
amazing talent there. You really do. So
And may
thank you
I
so
say,
much.
Ali, you are a wonderful host.
Oh, well, thank you so
You made me
much.
feel very, very comfortable.
Good, good. I feel comfortable with you too. I just
Yeah.
enjoy doing this is my passion. So I really do love doing it. And I'm so glad that you her
Yeah.
Hershey is also got some gifts, and she said she's never gotten so many goosies as she has in this one.
Oh,
So
I
there you
love it.
go.
I love it. All the feels.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you. Thanks everybody for spending some time with us. Absolutely. And Stouffer can come back whenever he wants. We just
Yay.
loved
I didn't get banned.
having. Thanks everybody. Have a
Good
good
night.
night. Make
Thank
sure you
you.
go over and subscribe. Bye bye.